All right. So after an awkward moment of silence, we're back with the next panel discussion. Thank you so much for everyone being here from diverse part of the world, from the world. So far, the conference has been quite exciting. We had lots of interesting topics and discussions about client journey, about relationships with companies, employees, and there is a small line that is going on through all the discussions, and that is that at the end of the digital transformation initiative, or actually on the heart of the digital transformation initiative, is always the person, the human. We're going to speak about that in this panel as well, but of course we're going to speak about some technologies that are reshaping the industry. And this is a quite interesting panel because so far we touched upon lots of topics that are quite related more to technology companies, so companies that are really digital. But there are lots of companies that cannot allow themselves, or that they create physical products and they're really dependent on the geographical environment. So, and for them, digital transformation is also reality, and it's actually a beautiful reality that will be shared today from our guests. So we have here, I will start with the first and the only lady within the team, Vesela Malinowska, the Vice President of Marketing at ADD Bulgaria. We have Tomas Vojtek, this is the Chief Strategy Officer from Twinzo. He's joining from Slovakia. We have Mr. Pavel Yosifov, the Director of Cybersecurity Products at Digital and GBS. Hi, Pavel. We have Mr. Nikolay Naydenov, Sales Director of Industry Bulgaria at Schneider Electric. Hello, it's a pleasure to have you, Nikki. And last but not least, the amazing Angel Georgiev from Sappience, the co-founder of Sappience, Sappience, not Sappience. Amazing team of people that are going to talk with you today. So great to have you here. Let's start with just a short intro about yourselves and, of course, the companies that you're representing related to the solutions that you are, developing related to digital transformation. Vesela, let's start with you. Where are you now? What is happening? What is doing ADD?
Hello everyone, and thanks for the opportunity here today to speak to all of you and to so many other people that we don't see right now.
Yeah.
So I'm Vesela from ADD Bulgaria. I'm, as you said, the marketing director for almost 10 years now. What do we do? ADD Bulgaria is one of the first and leading integrators and providers of smart metering technology for the utility companies. So what we do, we integrate and maintain advanced metering infrastructure systems. So far, we've installed roughly about 1.6 million smart meters in Bulgaria and Northern Macedonia, whereas the group as a whole, ADD Group, has sold about 8 million smart meters worldwide. So the brand is, and the technology is pretty stable and recognizable. Apart from advanced metering infrastructure, we have been developing our own solutions for smart street lighting and also monitoring of assets and electrical infrastructure. How is this all related to the topic today and now to this panel? Actually, what we usually say is that our technology provides the eyes and ears of the companies so that they can see and hear what is going on in their assets, something that they couldn't do before. However, what they did until now is collect all this data, and they did pretty well. But nowadays, all this big data has to be done, has to be made use of somehow. Yeah. And in this case, actually, we just visited probably one of the greatest energy events and exhibitions in the world, which is Distributech in the US. So I'm right here now. Our aim to come to this event was to explore and research and connect with leading companies in the sector. And what I can actually sum up from this event is that everybody and all the companies and industry experts are heading towards as your previous panelist said, the software, and also the automation and analytics of all this data. So
open automation, as Mr. Divitakov said it as well.
Yes, and it was a pretty interesting panel before that. He said pretty good stuff, and I'm thankful for his presentation. But I can confirm that the industry-leading companies are heading towards the analytics and processing of all this data into some meaningful way, so that the companies can actually take advantage of the IoT technology and the smart technology that they have already installed. Unfortunately, not all of the companies have installed even the hardware yet, so that they can move to the software part. But we are here to facilitate our customers in this journey and to make them believe and realize all the benefits of the digital transformation.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, really. So I'm continuing then with when we talk about asset management or connecting, physical with digital worlds. We would love to hear from Angel what is actually Sappience for, and what are you doing, guys, related to digital transformation.
Yeah, thanks, Ivan, and again, thanks for the invitation, for having me here today. Hi to everyone. My name is Angel, co-founder of Sappience, and to continue the conversation, because Vesela just put the floor to speak about digital transformation, asset management, and so on. What we do, let's try to explain it in this way. We are trying to combine three different business and technology domains into one. What I'm referring to is, even I would say, this vision represents the past, the present, and the future. And these three domains are actually the enterprise asset management, the low-code application development, and digital twins. These are exactly the representative of traditional business domain, like the asset management. What is actually currently happening, and we have a very high demand from the business with regards to the trending technology. What I mean is the low-code application development, and something that currently we are speaking. We are going to speak a lot today, I guess, about digital twins, and during the day as well. But this is something that actually would impact the business, let's say, in the next 2, 3, or 4 years from now. So what we are doing is actually we are the focal point of these three different domains. This focal point is our product, Asset Insider. Basically, Sappience is independent software vendor. We have our own product, Asset Insider, combining these three different areas and empowering our customers to manage their from demand to disposal processes related to the asset management and the physical assets and the related processes to these physical assets that they are managing. Vesela mentioned that they are the ears and eyes of the assets.
Bring another part of the body now.
Yeah, we are trying to be the brain and actually make this data and this information actionable, to trying to gain the insights, and also based on what is Vesela seeing and hearing, to try to predict the future in some way. So at the very end, of course, our idea is to benefit our customers with decreased costs and risks, and potentially increased margins. So this is what we are doing here in Europe, in North America, and Asia, where we have, let's say, more than 500,000 assets under management with our product.
Great. Also, really innovative product, or at least for some of the companies. Here is the time where I just want to share with you that there are pretty enough industrial companies or representatives already signed or registered for this event. So I think here what we need to say is what is the current market norm, what is the standard that already lots of their competitors are actually covering in terms of digitalization, and what is to expect it, so that they need to be informed and make good decisions. So actually, and I think here Tomas has another speaker that is invited. We had previously the small kit of Ilyana Stareva, but now we have Tomas. Don't be bad with the kid. We just want him as well, so no problem. Everyone is joining from anywhere, so kids running around. You know, there was the first keynote had some construction underneath him, so we heard, you know, like the machine was running, so no problem. But Tomas, giving the word to you, because the company Twinzo has twin in it, so let's hear about it.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Tom. So I would like to show you and not just talk, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that.
You mentioned already. Okay, you're going to share the screen. Okay, cool.
So let me share my phone and I'll show you what we do. Okay. So Twinzo, it's a multi-tenant, multi-platform to rapidly deploy what we call a 3D Live digital twins. We have multiple customers. I will show you some. So what it means, 3D Live digital twin. It means that on your phone, on your computer, on a large screen inside of the shop floor, you can have the real-time, real-world copy of your facility with all the assets. So what you are looking now, it's real-time visibility of the factory 300 kilometers away from me, where you are able to see position of, in this case, forklifts, their entire fleet. You are able to see, you know, what they did this shift. They started at 2, so maybe that one. We'll see if we load something. We did. So what the guy did since 2 that he started to operate, where he went, but also in connection to all the IoT data, production data. We are able to go directly to the production line, to the machines, to see, you know, how they are doing, how they are producing now and in the past. So we saw, as I said, they just break the shift at 2, so they produced 903 pieces around, you know, at the end, and starting again from 0. So a lot of different things that we are able to encompass. And we are actually building digital twin of digital twins, so we are able to go directly to digital twin of the machines. And this is one of the things that we like to work with manufacturers of these systems, of PLCs and others. So we are able to get data from them, build upon their digital twins to actually create this immersive experience. So this is manufacturing, but maybe quick jump to other areas, because the strong pull is not only in the manufacturing, but also in smart cities and smart offices, where the use cases are different, but the technologies are often very same. So this is again live smart office 500 kilometers from me. Orange, those are people in real time. And you can again monitor different IoT data, you know, temperature, humidity, CO2 level, to see what condition the meeting rooms are, if they are free or occupied, how it looks like, what's the noise. So this is what we do. And there was a lot of references to analytics that we see also. This is why we are trying to move the analytics from to the next level, because what we are actually creating is we are creating a very new and unique data set in the background that is connected through this, you know, space. So it can open a lot of new possibility, especially in correlational analytics, where you start to correlate, you know, HR data with production data, with logistic data, with environmental data, to see if there are correlation causalities, and provide this data to, you know, AI and machine learning algorithms to start to figure out the future. So this is what we do. and what you try to achieve. So I hope
really exciting. I think it perfectly fits here on the whole concept and the team that we've built. Nikolay, I think digital twins are fitting within or they're part of the whole concept of the smart factory. You can maybe share with us a little about what Schneider Electric is envisioning in this, great topic, and of course, just present yourself, of course.
Yes, thank you, Ivan. Thank you for the invitation. It's a great pleasure for me to be part of this event and also to present Schneider Electric as company. I have been working more than 20 years for Schneider Electric in different positions. Currently, I'm industry sales director, and what I can say that the last years are the more challenging and also the most interesting years in my career in Schneider. And one of the reasons this is the digital transformation that we're speaking about. Schneider Electric is a global company and a global solution provider in energy management and industrial automation last years, and in softwares as well, acquiring one of the specialist company in this area. Peter Divitakov had the opportunity to share our vision about the digital transformation in different industry. What I want to share here with you is more what we do locally, especially in our factory here in Georgiev and our innovation hub. For the solution, I will not focus on the solution because tomorrow we are going to share with you some specific solution we have related to augmented reality, machine advisor, overall equipment efficiency, machine scale expert, etc. And just to mention that we have one single open IoT-based platform, EcoStructure, where we have solution for the different domains, starting from buildings, power. For industry, we have two domains, one related to machines, one to processes, EcoStructure plant, data centers, and grid. All this platform is hierarchical on 3 layers with connected products, edge control, and apps and analytics. All this can be on premises or on cloud, and this is cyber secure end-to-end. This is our platform. On the next turn, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're going to talk exactly about your. Actually, it's interesting. We talked previously with you, and it's very. I think it's very productive to speak about how actually Schneider Electric was digitally transformed, and especially locally with the initiatives that you were mentioning already. But we're going to talk about that a little later. So when we talk about digital transformation and technologies, everything is fine. Everything is good, because nowadays technologies are so much more than people can take into consideration. But when it comes to implementing technology in a company, in a processes, it's at the end everything about trust. When we speak about trust, then the term cybersecurity comes into the game. So it's a great pleasure to have Pavel Yosifov here in this conversation from DIGITALL. And guys, you have amazing products, amazing services, but you're pretty skilled in cybersecurity projects. And I see that you're also working in the automotive manufacturing domain. So just please do share with us some insights about you and DIGITALL.
Thanks, Ivan. Hi, everyone. First of all, it's an honor to be here with such a nice group of people. About digital, I guess the name kind of says it, that we're all about digitalization. One of me personally, I'm responsible for the products we develop in the cybersecurity space. We can help customers adopt technologies in a secured way. I will not jump into too many details around our portfolio or technological solutions right now. What I want to say is that part of every digitalization initiative is the cybersecurity aspect. Yeah. Because one of the reasons that people are kind of sometimes slow in adopting digitalization is exactly because of security issues. The other one is they don't really understand how to do it in an optimized way. So Digital as a company has been focusing on helping customers adopt digitalization technologies to really do it in an optimized way, so their businesses are more efficient, more fast. Nowadays, digitalization is about speed, right? I mean, it's volume. I heard a lot of times big data and analytics and all this. Yes, it's about speed and it's about volume. Because we cannot handle it in an analog world. We have to handle this digitally. And to derive information out of the data, this is something that a lot of companies struggle with. I saw very interesting solutions here already that are doing that. And what customers need to understand is how they can put this information to use. What does it mean to our business? And we as Digital, our mission is to help them do that, to help them understand that. That's why we are industry focused. We have several industries that we have strong expertise in, and we're trying to make those steps together with our customers so that their specific business benefits from all the wonderful technologies that are nowadays. And one thing that, I don't know, maybe we underestimate a little bit is a lot of companies have actually are actually in the very beginning of the digitalization phase. Oh yeah. If you take a look at the landscape of companies and businesses out there, it's not like everybody's digital. A lot of companies are just starting or are trying to figure out how to start. This is where we want to step in and help them move forward.
Thank you. And I think when we talk about digital solutions and transforming an enterprise into a better construction or working to work better, then we always come to the consultative element. So every one of you, I'm pretty sure, consults on the solutions. It's not only about selling, because we have so much more still companies that are not aware what digital transformation means or are afraid of undergoing this process. And actually, I'm going to touch upon that and starting maybe with some thoughts and questions. But Dr. Marcel Vollmer, our first keynote, the CEO of Hospitalia Group and the previous managing partner in Boston Consulting Group, in his presentation, he had a slide that 84% of digital transformation processes do not succeed because companies are trying to fit new digital application into old structures and outdated processes. So this is an interesting statement, and it's a big number that actually strikes us. But when we talk about solutions, I want from you to think about two things, or digital transformation. I mean, the first thing is, what would you say to a company today that comes to you? I don't know what's the way that somebody comes to you, or you find someone and you need to convince him that his current state where he's working is really bad for his health. So as a wise man said previously in one of our previous conferences, it's astonishing how slowly you can die in business. So what we see in the industrial business world is that lots of companies are just postponing these events, these processes, because they are afraid of something, or they just don't know how to approach that. So you're landing to a customer like this, and you just need to say to him a few words about what is coming on the market, or why he needs to act now. That's the first thing. And of course, the second thing is also related to companies, because as we can see from these amazing brands today, there are lots of unique solutions on the market that can help you really be on the best possible verge of digitalization nowadays. But it's all about performing this process, working with the client to transform its company. And so I would love to elaborate on those two things. I don't know. It's up to you if someone has already the right answer here. If I'm challenging you too much, you can say I'm passing this question. But yeah, it's interesting. So you're showing, Thomas. Okay, sure. I will start with you. Just a second. I will unpin someone here, and I pin Tomas.
Too many people.
What is the reaction when you show those things on the phone to a client?
Well, the reaction usually is astonishment. So, you know, they can't believe that stuff that they see in James Bond, they are actually able to have it. So, you know, tracking and seeing.
After the excitements go away, what happens then?
When
money talks.
Then it's a money talks. And what we see is that we are still at the in the curve of adoption, we are still at the beginning. So it's not only, you know, those few venture. It's starting to be, let's say, an early innovating company. So it's still not an early majority who is adopting the solution.
Yeah.
But so if you go to the client like you described, then the answer is that you are just not ready yet, because they need to understand where the problem is, and they need to have somebody who is in charge of money to actually be able to understand. You don't need the whole company to be on board. What we quite succeed is that we are able to show the pain points and show the missing pieces very visually, because once you go around the factory and you see, you know, what you can interact with, and then you have digital twin on your phone, and you see that this is missing, that is missing, I don't see that, then it gives you really clear map how to digitize, what I need to add, how much, usually what piece of hardware I need to buy, what type of monitoring I need to get to actually start capturing the data to recreate the reality. So but it always takes somebody who has that vision, who see behind the corner. It's still not a must thing. The good thing is that the corona is let's say coming to the end, hopefully. So we see a great peak. We are actually at the max of our delivery capacity. So 2 years were really rough, but now it's picking up, and it's starting to be more and more interesting topic for companies. So
that's interesting to get it from you, because it's really how the pandemic impacted enterprises in different domains is really interesting, because what we've seen from a company, Limacon is, let's say, a company that deals with client-facing processes, so marketing, sales, customer success. What we saw is that lots of digital companies during the pandemic started investing a lot or boosting their marketing and sales in order to, overcome competition that is getting, slower and slower because of some issues and so on. But in the industrial manufacturing world, we saw this, like slowing down of adopting digital solutions because of the pandemic. And now, as you say, we are witnessing a higher vertical on that. Yeah. I hope Angel and Nikolay will be agreeing on that. But Angel?
Yeah, they are. But if you go to your first question, it actually depends. Let's say we have a business and transformational journey. It very depends on where on this journey the customer is right now. Let's imagine we have, let's say, scale from 1 to 10. If the customer is level 2 in their transformation, it's not like just like this to go from 2 to 10, right? So you need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare for a change. You need to optimize your business processes, let's say, before automation. So you basically in any transformational automation, you need to do the things perfectly manually. Afterwards, the automation comes. So if you like to make a, let's say, if you go to context of asset management and the maintenance part, if your reactive maintenance is not okay, you cannot go directly to preventive or predictive maintenance because you don't have the data, you don't have the efficient process to manage your assets reactively. So we cannot even talk about predictive maintenance. So the steps here could be huge, but with huge steps you would go to level 3, 4, 5. If you're a company, let's say level 9, the margin to 10 is, let's say, pretty small. But then the technology is the factor that could boost you, give you this small margin from 9 to 10. It might cost you more, but the value, the benefits and the value for you would be actually great. And let's say the only ones you can achieve right now or in the next 1 year. So basically the conversation with customers actually depends where they are on their business and digital transformation journey.
Fully agree. Nikolay, what would you say when I continue here the statement of Angel is that it's up to the provider, so the solution provider, or it's up to the company to determine on which level they currently are?
Okay,
so
I'll go
I
back
mean
to your previous question,
okay.
And because I promised to share what is our experience in digital transformation,
we're going to do that.
Yes. Okay, I mentioned in our factory in Plovdiv. Probably some of you know that in 2019 we have received certificate for smart factory, and it was our journey through this digital transformation. What is interesting that we started with this many years before that, and our objectives were to optimize efficiency and increase the productivity, also to achieve sustainable production and empower our workforce, also spread this knowledge and people and data safety. This for us is easy to convince our customer, because we already implemented all of this solution, and as Peter Vitakov said, more than 70% of the factories automated with all these innovative technologies. And when we show our solution in the Innovation Hub to our customers, doesn't matter where are they from 0 to 10. First, they are impressed to see this all this solution, and when they think that this is the future, when we go on a visit tour in the factory and they see how these solutions working, they say, "But this is currently a reality." And we
then you see the reality.
We see the reality, and we have this advantage to have already this again these solutions in our factory.
Thank you.
What I want to just to add to complement something, we are ready to share our experience with the industries here in Bulgaria.
Yeah, and that's really good, because a major global player like Schneider Electric is really achieving some industrial excellence and smart factory initiatives in Bulgaria and in the industrial heart of Bulgaria, Plovdiv. We had the pleasure to, and we are having the pleasure to working with you on your initiatives here locally. So really, and I witnessed the building of Innovation Hub, and I also visited it many times. So it's really an interesting place to be. Vesela, when we talk about levels of digitalization and, of course, adopting digital solutions, I think there is always the importance of the quick win, or at least to see very easily how you're going to gain, I don't know, optimize your process or win, some, I don't know, I mean, reduce your expenses, and I think ADD is giving this opportunity to customers just to adopt really quick and to see results.
Yes, actually, Our solutions are, as you said, the first. Some we discussed already, the first step towards digitalization, because our solutions are the basic and the foundation. Like, we offer the hardware in terms of meters and sensors and controllers, and it's been a bit easier for us to convince our customers, because with especially with smart meters, let's say, and especially in our region, we save them real money with our technology. And when you speak to the customer this language, like money talk, somebody said that, it's very easy. Like, this is really the most important for any organization to survive. And because of the electrical thefts and unauthorized access all over the Balkan region, it has been very, let's say, easier, not very easy, but easier for the companies. But still, even if this exists, like the real money saving opportunity, there needs to be management agreement and management commitment to such a change. Because not all of our customers, even if we say to them, hey, you're going to save 10% of your to reduce 10% of your losses. Even if we say this to them, and we prove this with other projects and case studies, even so, management commitment is really important. Like, there needs to be somebody who has a vision about this and who has ambitions towards this. And also, as Angel said, there needs to be some level of preparedness before that, even on a manual level and traditional kind of structures and processes. And probably to answer your question, why now companies need to do that now? Because everything is moving and so fast that companies are really going to lose a lot of money if they don't invest in digitalization.
Yes.
Because yes, the competition is very high, and really everything is moving very fast.
Exactly. So I'm going to switch the direction a little, but before that, Pavel, I saw something interesting here as references from your clients, and one of them was mentioning the Chief Information Security Officer as a service. Which is an interesting idea. And could you elaborate more on that? Because one of the things that we can actually help with companies are really supporting them with people that can perform specific tasks related to digital transformation.
Okay, let me pick up from where the conversation stopped, and I will come to this question. I'll be very quick. First of all, regarding how we convince customers to go through a digitalization initiative. This is the $1 million question, right? This is, if you know this, you know it all. One thing that I consider, and we consider some sort of a universal language, is ask if it's a business decision, rather whether I digitalize my business processes and go to market and stuff like that. Go and ask your customer, take a look at a 16-year-old and ask yourself, do you want him to be my customer? If the answer is yes, then you have to digitalize. Otherwise, he's just not going to be ever your customer.
Yeah.
On the other side, of course, cost optimizations and all this automation is also a big portion of that.
Or just to add here, if you see the 16-year-old, do you want this person in a couple of years to work for you, to want to work for you?
Thank you. Exactly. Good point. And then it's also one of the problems, one of the things that is stopping customers. I think I mentioned a few, but another one is complexity. It's not that simple, right? It's not that easy. And how do you get value out of this? This is something that they kind of struggle with. And CISO as a service, for example, since you mentioned it, it's a service that tries to get this complexity off of the customer. Okay,
yes.
You don't have to think about that. We know how to handle the security topics. We know your business because we have several industries we're focusing on, and we know what are the regulations, the requirements, the challenges, the threats that these businesses are facing, and we can help you create the proper processes and, of course, implement the proper tools in order to make sure that your security level is, let's not say protected, but as good as possible. Let's call it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for us also very important thing is it also you mentioned something that it's all about human beings, and yes, it is. And in cybersecurity, by the way, it's also all about human beings. And I'll give you the child example again. Our children are taught in kindergarten how to walk on the streets and how to cross the streets.
Yeah.
They know the threats more or less of don't talk to strangers, all these kinds of things. We teach them every day as parents, as teachers, as people, as community, as society. We don't teach them how to interact with the internet, with the digital world. We don't prepare them what are the threats there, what are the things they have to be careful about. And as professionals in the cybersecurity space, it's our mission to change that. To be honest, this is something that we definitely have to start. We have to start with the kids.
Oh yeah, and that's something that we're going to touch upon as well. Thank you, Peter, Pavel. So maybe my last question would be about jobs of the future. So if we think from now on, we can maybe have couple of more jobs that we can offer as a service to companies that are not now able to maintain or work or hire such people, and this is maybe the future of some jobs. But let's just think about that, and maybe at the end someone will share his thoughts about jobs of the future. But I would ask Angel, and I'm just spinning out again, Angel. Okay, Angel and Tomas, when we talk about as Pavel mentioned, speed. Of course, there are two types of major domains that are adopting differently digital transformation. The one is the full digital company, like digital, that they can afford to be quick, to be adaptive, to be responsive, to be flexible with using, let's say, we're using now this CRM, then we're moving to another CRM, or we're using this ERP or something like that. But then when we talk about industrial companies, when we talk about companies with physical assets, it's not so easy to undergo this transformation, and also having the notion that this is not a process that will end, let's say, in 2 years, and now we're ready, we're digitized, we're fully digitized, there is no more that we're going to do. So from your experience working with various industries, what are the industries or specific verticals that you see, maybe or size of companies as well, that you see that they're more adaptive to what you're giving them as a solution? They're working more, like efficiently in order to implement those solutions quickly, and they're more flexible in what you're having to offer. Angel, maybe you can start.
For sure, when we are talking about asset management and assets, basically we are focused on the so-called asset-intensive industries. Yes. These are the telcos, utilities, manufacturing, facility services, transportation and logistics. Let's say so. For sure, we need to have a customer with, let's say, established business processes, and in many cases they already have internal IT department with a CIO or digital transformation officer. So basically, these are the customers that are coming to us. They have some established, let's say, new technologies. Yes. Or they're exploring constantly what's not only what's trending right now, but what's actually would make impact to their business right now. And one of the sectors actually where we are focused and using this technology to empower our product, but also to empower our customers, is basically the low-code application platforms. And this is 100% related to the speed, because these platforms, let's say, have two missions. The first one is rapid implementations, rapid customizations, and 100% focus on speed. The second one is the skills democratization. That would mean that we are basically providing a product to our customers, which product they are able to customize and further develop without programming skill set. And this is one of the factors actually impacting the speed, because the one who is actually managing the asset would be the one who is going to customize the solution for their needs.
Yeah.
And this is how we achieve speed, because if someone have a requirement and even they know the business impact, they have the metrics, and they would increase, let's say, 4% of their operational costs. The one who can do it is the one who is actually managing this job right now, and he could be the one who is going to deliver this solution in their organization, not in 6 months from now, but in 6 days, let's say.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, asset intensive industries, of course, and what we can see is that companies like Sappience, like Twinzo, that are now in the phase of scaling, of really being more able to influence lots of companies. They're focusing on domains that they know that can be really helpful with their solutions. So when they approach someone, it's really a very targeted approach. Tomas, what would you say from your experience?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
It didn't react properly. Okay, so first of all, we have maybe 4 verticals where we are active. Manufacturing, any manufacturing is the strongest. We are there the longest. But other than that, we do have smart hospitals, smart cities, and smart offices, where the technology is fairly similar, but there are different use cases.
Yeah,
those are currently emerging. So there are only few. The most brave are venturing financially into those topics, but it's getting more and more standardized.
yeah.
But inside of the manufacturing, we currently aim at the companies that do have at least 700 employees at a single site. And this is mainly because they already have some sort of automatization and digital aggregation of data.
They're in what level? Let's say 6, 7, or what?
I don't know. If one is 1900s, then they are on 2. So one step away from paper.
Okay. Right.
I don't see that the companies are that far ahead, but still
So if you have a fax, you're level 1.
Yes. So yeah, I have a super story for cybersecurity about the fax, but back to the topic is that we found that at that size they already have some processes digitalized, so we have something to catch on, and they do have money to spend on infrastructure, because in terms of digitalization, software is a cheap part. Software is the part that it makes sense. You need to have it to actually drive the value. But from the overall project, it's, I don't know, 10%, 10, 20%. The rest usually is hardware, because you are missing this sensor, you're missing that data, you're missing that PLC. You need to deploy some tracking technologies. And good thing is that the price is gone down significantly in the last 5 years. So now it's affordable even in our region. And one of the things that we are helping to drive is to enable to use competitive brands within a single site. So it doesn't need to be everything, and sorry, from Schneider, but it can be from many different vendors, and where you don't need and even high-end customers that we have, sometimes they are not able to pay for high-end brand. So where it's not really necessary, you don't need that reliability, just go with some Chinese thing that you order from Alibaba, but you will get the data. And where it really makes sense and is mission critical, invest money there rather than invest everything.
Yeah.
It's about wise investment within a facility, and then you can build the digitalization. So this is what came, what we experience in terms of size of the customer. And yeah, everybody is different. So we try to look at them and show them what's possible, how they can combine different things. And after that, it's about them. So, but for us, the mission is to create, you know, a platform that it's affordable and deployable for everyone, not just, you know, 700 plus, but, you know, if you have 100 people, then it still should be, you know, easy for you to deploy. So that's
yeah, it's actually very nice that you're saying that, because currently, you know, digital transformation is a term topic that is, let's say, saved for bigger companies when we talk about that, or people are thinking, you know, in this way. But I think that,
if I may,
yes,
if I may, I just remembered what I wanted to talk about in terms of speed. That
yes.
We have. We are deploying very rapidly. So what you saw, if we have the data, even with the deployment of hardware, it can be done within a month. So 50, 70,000 square meter factory can be digitalized in a way that you see in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's doable, and we are deploying it in this way. But where it gets stuck is usually cybersecurity and the local IT teams, because the companies have, and even innovation teams, they are understaffed. So they have a lot of other topics and priorities, and you know
they need to hire someone like
and the project
CISO as a service,
you know, 3 weeks. And we had project in the US that, you know, it was 3 weeks of work, but it took 6 months to deliver, because, you know, for 5 months they were not able to open VPN access. So and it's more and more standard. So I think this service is like, you can hire external as a service who knows what they are doing, can really help companies to speed up adoption, because they're usually their internal IT and cybersecurity teams are very understaffed for the size of the corporations. You know, you cannot have 2 cybersecurity engineers if you have 100,000 employees. So
yeah,
so
true.
And
so this is
here would come the fusion teams.
Fusion teams.
This is related to your last question, but these are the teams combined between business and IT in one. So this way, the ITs won't be understaffed anymore.
Yeah, I think here it's fusion teams is interesting concept. It's because we see combining teams in all the business processes. So now we are talking, when we speak about client-facing processes like marketing, sales, and service, we don't speak anymore about the different departments. We speak about RevOps, revenue operations, so people that are managing across all teams and aligning goals. But
and in many cases, you have an IT in this team.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Everything at the end that is digital comes to the security, and I'm pretty excited about the presentation of Pavel tomorrow. But we are slowly going to the end of our interesting talk. Nikolay, I just want to touch upon the topic that we've discussed previously with you, because at the end, it's all about the people, as we already said that, every one of us. So what is Schneider doing in terms of, you know, educating the community about digital transformation?
Okay, definitely this new technology, they need new competencies. And what Schneider is doing, we're working very close with the universities and trying to find on the very early stage proper people and to continue to educate them. This is what we're doing. Very close cooperation with different technical universities and also secondary schools.
Yeah, exactly. And what you're having also is this interesting in this industry excellence academy, which actually is open not for people that will work or are working for Schneider, but for everyone from each company. Even competitors can join, because the idea there is to go through the lean management, to the lean philosophy, and to share not only, you know, technology best practices, but also management best practices. Because companies that are leading in some way or reshaping the industry like Schneider, they're also responsible in some way for creating better environment for adoption of technologies like ones that Twinzo or Sappience or DIGITALL are also developing and creating, or ADD. So that's also a great initiative. And I think no matter the size of the company, everyone that wants to work in a better world or to meet companies that are really aware of what they want and they want to achieve it really quick and how to adopt it, then you need to be in some way responsible for educating the people and training them in some way if you can. So I think maybe combining, you can build amazing academy for digital transformation. That's maybe an idea that we can come out of this panel and something that we can follow up on that as well. But my last and more of a out of any frames question was about the jobs of the future. So does anyone here have like idea of what is coming on? Maybe something exotic, or maybe a job that will disappear related to digital transformation?
For me, I hope that non-value added work will disappear altogether. So all the paper pushers and this type of work that where you just take stuff and put to the next one and do mindless things. I hope and I think that this will disappear, because this is one of our main driving force to actually eradicate that work, because it's killing human spirit and it's waste for companies. So don't know about the jobs of the future, but hopefully this one will cease to exist.
Yeah, I hope too.
One thing from my side, if I may, in order to really see the job of the future or to adopt new job opportunities and job openings as job types, we need to make the proper steps in education. Because right now, for example, what we're seeing in cybersecurity, a huge lack of talent. We are struggling to find the people to do that, because humanity neglected this topic for too long. It was just, I don't know, 15 years ago that we really started thinking about that. And the educational, the academic world is even slower than that. So we are just 5-6 years ago that we started seeing educational programs in that regard. So I don't have the answer as well, like Tomas, but I would say if anybody has it, please tell the academy what it would be so we can have people ready.
Yeah, future is always in the young ones.
Also, if I also may add, apart from the education, we also need to speed up the regulation because it's always lagging behind, and this is stopping some companies from implementing.
Working with the government is always
regulatory authorities. Yes. But it has absolutely.
Thank you, Vesela. Anyone else?
If I need to refer again to the past, the present, and the future, let's say with regards to the jobs back then and until now, we have let's say asset managers. In the future, most probably we will have digital twins managers, and this would be the transformation between the physical and the digital that for sure would happen and is happening right now. But if we need to refer to the past, all these events and all this digital transformation happening actually, let's say the demand is more than anyone can deliver right now. And basically here comes the citizen developers and these fusion teams, where actually the business people are the ones who are creating these applications and these solutions and software that actually would transform the businesses.
I have always wondered why citizen developer. Why the word citizen?
Because he or she is not professional. She's just a regular, bidding citizen who is developing applications.
Yeah, but I like the concept, and it's really interesting to have a business person with the business mind creating the technology that's more adaptive. Nikolay, from your perspective?
Okay, what I can say, just because you mentioned the academy, this academy is focused on the people in industry. This is Industrial Excellence Academy, where we try to share our knowledge. This is led by Maria Tupchiska, our plant manager in Plovdiv. Yeah. We are very advanced in lean methodology, and we would like to share all the lean methodology and all the tools related to this, and also all the digital solutions which are implemented to implement in our factory.
Yeah. Yes. Great. Thank you. So we see that we are talking about education here, no matter what the let's say the age of the person. We need to speak to the children. We need to say that the future is digital, but then there are responsibilities, there are different skills, there are different needs. They need to be adaptive, they need to be creative, they need to be proactive. So I hope that we're going to be able to maybe next year to host again. Previous year, Schneider was, we co-organized with Schneider event about, career development. So next year, maybe we can co-host with all of you again, something related to the skills of the future, and to invite lots of children. There was an amazing experience because almost everyone, there were like 700 people watching, and there were 200 children there, and it was really nice to see their comments while we're talking about something like high-level technical, like this one talk that we're having now. So next time we're going to invite children as a keynote speakers on our conference. I hope you agree. Thank you so much for being with us today. It was really insightful, inspiring. I wish that everyone be able to access your technology in the future and really digitize his company in the way that he understands this and, of course, values. So thank you so much. Have a great day. We're going to see each other again. We're staying with the last panel of day one.